Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stats Don't Lie podcast. I am your host, Tim Whaley, a.k.a. my kids, call me dad, a.k.a. my friends, call me TeeWhales, a.k.a. my niece and nephews, call me Uncle T. Yes, we are back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus. We've all had a very, very busy end of 2020, but we are here with some special guests, co-host Vic Rick down there in the Giants jersey. Vic, say what's up.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, for those of you that don't know yet or have not been introduced to him, if you follow on social media, you know he is my co-host. He's going to be helping out with a bunch of stuff, including most of our disc golf content. So keep an eye out on our page for that. You can tell with this little Christmassy background he's got there that's going to be popping off. So he's got a little mixture of Christmas and disc golf. I don't know what that is, but and then we got some other special guests here. If you guys follow the page, last Thursday I was on a super dope podcast, the Wrasslin Talk Radio podcast with the host. You see him up there in the corner, Big Keith. Say what's up.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Big Keith, host of Wrasslin Talk Radio. Tim came on the show last week. Honored to be on your show, brother. Thank you for the invite, man.
Yes, sir, man. Anytime. And last but certainly not least, the biggest heel of this whole group. Look, say what's up, man.
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be here. Tim, I appreciate you having the Wrasslin Talk Radio people on for today.
Absolutely, man. For those of you that
I'm here to talk shit.
Hey, come on, baby, bring it. As long as you got stats, we with it, right, Vic?
Yes, sir.
All right, baby, we bring stats. All right. So we're gonna start the show off. So we're gonna bring some wrestling into it, right? It's not wrestling, Keith. It's wrestling, right?
It's wrestling. We're wrestling fans.
Wrestling fans. Yeah. So we're gonna. The Royal Rumble just wrapped up. So just to kind of talk about what we're gonna do on the show, we might have some other guests from the Wrasslin Talk Radio join us when they come. I'll definitely let them in. And let them discuss whatever we're talking about as well. Maybe even discuss some stuff we've already talked about just to give them a chance when they get up here. But so just some topics we're going to go over today. It's not going to be a super long show. We appreciate everybody joining. If you do comment in the chat, I will see it. We will put you on blast. So if it's a silly comment or don't make no sense, you will be called out. And if you don't have stats to back up what you're saying, then you're going to be called out, right? All right, nobody answered. That's right. That's right. I'm letting y'all know that's right. Nobody answered. That's right.
Hey, I answered. There's a little bit of a lag, though, on my end.
Yeah, this guy had to download Google Chrome before, and his computer wouldn't do it. My man is really stuck back in 2020, dog. He still got the Christmas trees up. He don't even have Google Chrome yet. Come on, man.
I feel like Google Chrome was something you should have had like years ago.
Years ago.
Like years
Hey, man,
ago.
the AOL dial-up.
When you spend all your time watching YouTube, Safari works.
I
feel that. I
do too, for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like the only time I use Google Chrome. Let's be real. All right. So first up, Royal Rumble 2021. So just to let y'all know, Wrasslin Talk Radio guys, Vic is not a huge wrestling guy. He does like wrestling. He watched wrestling when he was younger, coming up.
So he knows who Edge is.
He does know who Edge is. He is a John Cena fan, though. I will let you know that. So don't hate him for that.
I met him when I was 12. I still have his picture that he autographed for me sitting right over there.
This guy. I bet you didn't even see him.
I do a decent Jeff Hardy.
I didn't. Impression. I saw a pen floating the whole time. I'm like, yo, who fucking signed my picture?
He wasn't even there.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I will tell you, he was over at the house watching the Royal Rumble. So he sat on the couch and he counting down, bro. He said, dog, is John Cena coming out? What about this one?
Hey.
John Cena
and then it got coming out.
And then it got to number 30.
So that was nice.
Yeah, he did get Carmella. That's true. And then it got to number 30.
Like 2 seconds.
Braun Strowman came out number 30, and then he started crying and left, and it was over. But he didn't get his John Cena moment. But we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble, what we thought about it. We'll go over who won, and then we'll do some WrestleMania predictions real quick, just kind of main event prediction matches, stuff like that. And then we're going to move right into Super Bowl talk. So obviously this is Super Bowl week. We all know who's in the Super Bowl. If you can't tell, there's a Patrick Mahomes jersey down there. So the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. Chris is here. Let's let Chris in. He'll say what's up when he comes on. But we'll talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to get some MVP predictions for the Super Bowl. All right. But MVP predictions other than Mahomes and Brady. So keep that in mind. We're not going to put out.
I'm not going to put out the two obvious ones in there.
No, that doesn't make for good
competition.
Antonio motherfucking Brown.
He's not even playing. He's not even playing. He's not playing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Chris. He's not.
Well,
is that real?
Wait
a minute. Is that confirmed? That he's not playing?
Confirmed? Right? Is it confirmed? I don't know if he's.
From what I've read, he's not playing.
Huh?
From what I've read, he's not playing. But that was like days ago, so I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look right now
because they just did an article of him playing today. So
I'm gonna look right now, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those of you that just joined, coming in hot is Chris down there in the corner. Chris, say what's up to everybody, dog.
What's going on, man? Man, I appreciate you for inviting me on your show, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man, because you know how you came through last week, bro. So
hey, you already know.
I hope I can bring that same spark to y'all show, man.
My man, your package is in the mail too, bro. Your package is in the mail.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. And happy birthday. Isn't your little ones? Is it your little one's birthday today?
Yes, my daughter. She just turned 12 today, man.
Shout out to her. Happy birthday.
She ain't so little no more.
Happy birthday to her.
She ain't so little no more.
Look, I got a 12-year-old too, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So you feel me? You feel where I'm coming from?
Look, the attitude's real, bro. And
My
son.
The attitude is so real.
My son, bro, he's all about Fortnite right now. You tell him to get off the Fortnite, it's like
Tim, that's me too. That's me too. No cap.
Thank God, my 5-year-old, he's cool. He played Fortnite, but he'd rather play whatever game I'm playing. And that's so. But my 12-year-old, she just wants to be a girl. So
I hear you, man. Look, my son ran down the steps the other day. I thought he fell, broke his leg. He came down, Daddy, he's screaming. I said, What's wrong? He said, I just got 31 kills in a solo. I said, What is that? I don't know what that is. That's my record.
Lucas. Shit.
Okay. Right. I don't know what that is, but congrats, bro. I'm proud.
I know, right? I've heard about Fortnite. I don't know what it is.
Look, man, I get on there with him. I just follow him around until I'm in like the top 10, and then I just
play. I don't even play. Put me on Call of Duty. That's a different story. But Fortnite, I don't know how to play, and I don't play.
Look, if it don't say EA Sports
that's
in
my
the
shit.
game, I'm not in it.
Exactly. I'm 2K and Madden. That's all I do.
I'm just 2K. Yeah, I'm 2K and wrestling.
There we go. All right. So, Chris, just to kind of recap, we're going to talk. We're going to recap Royal Rumble here in a minute, do some WrestleMania predictions, Super Bowl predictions, and then kind of to wrap everything up towards the end of the show, we're going to do some way too early NFL predictions for next season. So we're going to talk MVPs for next season. We'll do it like a Final Four. We'll break down some Final Four AFC or Final 2 NFC, Final 2 AFC, and then Super Bowl predictions for next year. Cool.
Question: am I allowed to take a hit on your podcast?
What?
Weed.
Nah.
I'm not allowed. Okay. No problem.
It is what it is.
That's why I want to ask first.
No, I appreciate you. Sometimes little man watches, the kiddos watch. So.
Completely understandable. That's why I want to ask first.
He don't want to watch my show then.
Yeah, look, there needs to be an E next to that, explicit there next to y'all show sometimes on Thursday. I've only been on one, but it was live. I'm
you don't want to watch.
He was on one time, and that was the one time he needed to see how live it gets in there.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, it was a good time though. Y'all make sure that you check it out. What is it? Is it every Thursday, Keith? What do y'all do?
We do a show like
we kind of just plan it out.
Last Thursday, we kind of plan it out. We usually try to do it the Thursday before a major pay-per-view. Yeah. So I know the next one is going to be the Elimination Chamber coming up. So that's going to be our next show. So, I think for WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is going to come up soon, I think we might end up doing probably like 2 shows before Mania. Because I know the fellas are going to make Lucas and Chris are going to WrestleMania.
Nice.
So we might do 2 shows before that. But yeah, we try to do a show like Thursday. And then we probably like do the special presentation shows in there. So.
Gotcha. Word. Well, y'all follow my page, follow their page. Obviously, I'm sharing everything they put out. So follow all of us so you can get the information on that. Y'all don't want to miss it. Trust me. But you might not want to bring your little ones around. But that's all right. All right. So Royal Rumble. Let's talk Royal Rumble. So for those of you that don't know, for those of you that didn't watch, you should go back and watch because it was an excellent Royal Rumble. Pay-per-view. The whole thing was really pretty good. From the singles matches, which we're not going to talk too much about, but that Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens match was kind of lit. Not gonna
Instant classic.
It was a great match.
Classic. I've watched it at least 3 times over since the Royal Rumble.
Hey man, when he got ran over by the goddamn golf cart, I was like, what the hell just happened?
Hey man, everybody swore though they were copying AEW, which really killed me.
Yeah, it don't matter. Bro.
Swore up and down.
Look, I didn't see it coming. Kevin didn't see it coming. Nobody saw that thing coming, man.
Oh, Kevin,
that
shit was funny.
Watching that made me want to start watching wrestling again.
The botch handcuff.
Oh yeah, that was whack. That was kind of whack.
That was whack.
I was even telling Vic on the couch. I said, "Bro, I think he's supposed to have that off already."
Right.
And I think the ref's supposed to continue counting.
Get the handcuff off.
Did anybody notice how the ref stopped counting, like at like 6 or something?
The ref stopped counting.
At 6, he stopped counting.
He said, "Bro, you're not gonna stand up. I gotta stop, dog."
He's like, Heyman was telling Roman Reigns.
Gonna fuck this up right here?
I was wondering what Paul Heyman was telling Roman Reigns as he was trying to get the handcuff off of him.
Right.
Apparently,
he's like, "Yo, this is taking way too long."
Dude, I cutting off in his motherfucking arm. He was bad.
Apparently, they had handcuffed Roman Reigns to the thing like the wrong way. Apparently, like the keyhole on the handcuffs was supposed to be in a certain direction. Yeah. And that's why Heyman was struggling, apparently, they said.
Yo, you remember, I know sweat would have been pouring down my face trying to get that handcuff off.
It's like trying to defuse it
through the roof.
It's like the movies where it's like the key.
It's like the movies, you trying to defuse the bomb. It's like, do I cut the red wire or the blue wire?
You sit there shake.
They're like, cuts the wrong wire, whole place goes boom.
He's on every part of the wrong piece at one point. He said, "No, this don't." He looked like, "Look, this don't even go in, bro."
I remember watching live, and we were all sitting there in the group chat. We were like, "Yo, this is kind of take a little bit longer than we expected." Like, I'm like,
a little longer.
Yeah, but that was funny. I'm surprised they didn't get no bolt cutters or something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, besides that, though, it was a great match. You know, obviously, nothing's perfect, but that was a great match. So the women's Royal Rumble was won by Bianca Belair. For those of you who don't know, one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen in WWE. The wifey over here is celebrating because she wanted Bianca to win, and she knows I wanted to Alexa Bliss to win.
Bianca to win too, man.
Most of us picked Bianca in the group chat.
Yeah, my girlfriend wanted Bayley to win.
But yeah, see, mine is not a fan of Bayley. She says she looked like a thumb. And she says it all the time. And I can't stop.
She doesn't. My girlfriend does not like Bianca Belair. I don't know what it is about her. She doesn't like her. She likes Bayley. I'm like,
Bianca was my pick the whole way. I said if she doesn't win, I said if she's not the winner, I could see them making Bayley the winner. That was exactly what I said.
Ripley came close. That finish though was good.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the controversy where they were talking about? They showed the picture and I posted it in the group in regards to both her feet touching down. I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna find something to say about that.
It's always something.
Always.
I was kind of Ripley, to be honest.
See, look, brand new, first time seeing Rhea Ripley. She's a monster, bro. Rhea and Bianca are literally the future of that division. I mean, obviously, Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte, they're all going to be around. Maybe even Becky Lynch when she comes back. They're all going to be around for at least, who knows, 5 more years, 6 more years, maybe more, depending on what they do outside. But Bianca and Rhea are definitely the future of.
They're definitely the next like purebred NXT women to come up and basically say like, "Yo, we got next."
Right, facts, and they can compete with any of those that I just listed.
Any of them.
I agree.
In a main event WrestleMania match, if need be. To be honest with you, any of them can do that. I even like Rhea and Charlotte, even though it seemed a little bit
think
rushed.
if you're gonna try the women again in a main event of Mania again, like you got to do it right this time and not botch it the way you did last time.
Yeah, it's got to be a real good build up to do something like that for real.
Yeah, I feel like they
don't listen to the internet wrestling community hyping up somebody to be a part of a Hall of Famer, and then you won't. But yeah, if you can let it happen organically without the,
without throwing extra shit in there
and that and everything like that, man, I really believe they can give
I feel
that
like
WrestleMania main event that we should have got a couple years ago.
I feel like they threw shit in there like last minute, like for no reason though, Like adding the winner take all. Yeah, the double belt was unnecessary. Like
I didn't like that stipulation either. I wasn't a fan of that.
I honestly didn't mind the double belt. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was Becky.
But once we saw fucking Charlotte win the title belt and she was already in the match, it's like, all right, like they're easily gonna make this a winner take all type of ordeal.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so moving on to the men's Royal Rumble match. Yeah, One of the best in years. Absolutely. Another great match. I'm not going to call myself Nostradamus, but if you go back and watch the Wrasslin Talk Radio podcast from last Thursday, I may or may not have been the only predictor of Edge to win that thing. So I should change my name to Nostradamus.
No, you weren't, because I said it too.
No, you said I agree. Don't play me. Oh, you know what? That's a good prediction.
I have documentation.
He said, "Hey, winning it." Hey, T, that's a good prediction. That's my number 3. I know he said, I'm going to put it on the podcast later. I'm going to rewind it.
Go ahead.
I changed my pick.
Well, I definitely had Edge winning.
I changed my pick
going
to the thing.
You predicted the Randy Orton KO at the end, too.
Yeah, I think we all knew that was coming. As soon as he went back for his knee.
I read that, so, ha.
My pick came just this close. He was the second to last eliminated.
Which one?
Seth.
Oh yeah, Seth. When Seth came out, bro, I was like, first of all, when Edge came out number 1, I was like, oh man, that's not.
Wait a minute, didn't they mess up the order though? Because I thought Orton was number 1 and Edge was number 2.
They did, but I think at last second change, they probably put Edge out number 1.
Did I not tell you in the group chat Edge wanted the jump on that fucker Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. Well, it threw because a lot of fans were questioning like, why did Edge come out first?
Because he wanted the jump on Orton.
Yeah, he wanted to jump him, bro.
He said he wanted to jump on that fuck boy.
They probably did that whole little Orton angle, pretty late in the Rumble, just to make that whole thing. Like, oh, let's jump him, injure his leg, and then he'll come out later and make it a whole surprise.
Yo, real talk. I wouldn't mind seeing them have another. I know they had a match on Raw, but real talk, I wouldn't mind seeing them go at it again.
Hey, let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. If Orton would have ran back in that ring and eliminated Edge, how pissed would we be today?
Pretty pissed. I don't even watch it like that.
I would be pissed. I mean, they would have pissed off a lot of fans, especially the internet wrestling community. You know what I think would have been.
I think we'd be pissed merely because of the fact that the only obvious target for him to go after would be the Fiend, and the Fiend is not a world champion right now. So it would have made no sense for Orton to win the Rumble.
Plus, he already had about 13 matches with McIntyre.
Right, and he's already won the Rumble twice. We didn't need to make him a 3-time champ. Not just yet, at least.
Right. Yeah, I would not have been very happy about that. Keith, I don't know if you saw that comment. Did you see that flash across your screen?
I saw your mom throwing that comment.
Let's show it again. Oh, she's saying hello. Look, I'm showing the selfie.
Hey,
on
Mama
YouTube.
Wells, what's up?
She'll be like, no, I didn't know my YouTube picture was that old. All right, let's take that off before she calls me and then we get all off track. All right. So let's do some WrestleMania predictions. We'll start with Keith as far as just give me 2 main event predictions. Obviously, who you think Bianca is going to go and try to challenge, and then who you think Edge is going to challenge.
I think starting with Bianca Belair is going to face Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title. I do see they're going to turn Sasha heel. And then they're going to build it up to where, that it's going to be a friendly competition between them. And then Sasha is going to probably turn on her during the tag team match. And then that's going to start the slow build to their feud. And I think they're going to end up having a good feud between them two because they're both good talkers. And I think Bianca Belair will take the SmackDown title off of Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. And that'll be Bianca Belair's that will be her moment in regards to winning the Royal Rumble and winning the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania.
Okay. All right. So we got a moment predicted there.
Yeah.
For Bianca, I can see that happening.
Edge. Now we discussed this in our group chat in regards to Edge appearing on NXT. Chris and Lucas went back and forth in regards because it looks like Edge is like threatening to go for the NXT title because if you saw NXT last night, it was between Pete Dunne and Finn Balor face each other at NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day.
Vengeance, yeah.
But Edge told him, he's like, hey, when y'all done, I'm going to be watching very closely. Once again, it's a tease. I don't think it's going to happen. He's not going to challenge the NXT title. I think he will challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship.
I think it's kind of a tease, too, just to let people not forget that that's an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're throwing this out there. It's still an option. It's probably not going to happen this year because I don't see – obviously, Bianca's not doing it. But, I think they're just throwing it out there to say, hey, yo, it still might happen. I just don't – Finn Balor and Edge doesn't make too much sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah, Lucas, and like I told Lucas, I was like, it's something to give everybody to talk about. Everybody's going to talk about it.
I mean, look, the matchup itself is fire, but The thing is, though, like, if it's Edge versus Cross for the title, I would not mind that, to tell you the truth.
Yo. Not going to lie. I would not mind that either.
The way this was my whole argument, okay? Now, what sense does it? Once again, I'm in the thing of what sense does it make? I'm in the thing of what sense does it make, because you don't have somebody come out of a 10-year retirement and have them challenge. Now, this was my thing.
He's breaking up a little bit.
Keep freezing.
My thing is,
okay,
you don't have somebody come back. You don't have somebody come back from a 10-year retirement, and we always in the group saying that NXT is a developmental show. So how do you have a Hall of Famer come back and challenge for a developmental title? That was my argument. That was like, you don't disrespect Edge like that. Now, back to what you said is like, it just proved that it was just still an option. I gave an example when Undertaker came to ECW on that Tuesday. You know he wasn't going to challenge for the ECW title. So that was my thing. What sense would it make? And then what Lucas was saying was, well, it'll be a good match and have Edge lose. So I'm going to put you on I'm going to have you challenge for a developmental title and then have you lose? Come on now. That's
see, here's my thing though. NXT, I think, stopped being development once USA grabbed them and put them as a weekly television show.
That's a good point. I mean,
just
it
because
did definitely.
You're saying that now because you saw that comment being posted, but that is not true for the simple fact because guess what?
Where did I see that comment be posted?
Still going up against that NXT.
Where did I see that comment be posted? First of all,
I've
never seen it anywhere. I've never seen it anywhere.
Hey,
I've never seen that comment anywhere.
All I said was,
I'm gonna let him argue, baby.
What sense would it make? Why would you disrespect Edge like that and have him come back and fight for a development? Whether you want to say it's not a developmental title, a developmental show yet, whether USA got him or not, fact of the matter is they are not the main roster.
That's cool, but the fact of the matter is they are better than the main roster, Chris. They are better.
Huh?
They are better than the main roster. Do we not agree?
But they put on better pay-per-views, but they still don't put on NXT is not a better show than Raw and SmackDown. The pay-per-views are better, but not the show is not better.
I hate to disagree. But I am going to disagree with you this time because NXT has better story writing. They have for the last how many years? Their matches are a lot better. Edge came in there last night in NXT and said, on the main roster, Raw and SmackDown, we always live by the E part, the entertainment. But here at NXT, they live by that second part here, and that's the wrestling aspect.
I like when he said that last night. I like when
he gives respect. That takes it another level. Lucas,
it's not even that, Chris.
Challenge for the NXT title,
Chris. We talk about fresh matchups all the time. Even Edge said yesterday when Cross confronted him.
Again, I agree. The Edge and Finn Balor part is fine, but I would not have Edge challenge for the NXT title and then lose. You sound dumb. Sorry.
I said maybe
we gotta do a show. We gotta do a show on this.
Look, we're gonna have to do.
I said, what if he does?
I'm gonna do a show with them in regards to that. Look, we're gonna do a show in regards.
Let's
to
do
that.
it.
That's probably gonna be one of our.
I don't even think it's disrespectful to even throw him in NXT to go back for that title. Even he said, I have never had that. What if that's something I want? Obviously, he's not going to go after it.
We gotta do a show for this.
Never had it. Lucas, neither is the Undertaker. Neither is Triple H. Neither is Stone Cold. Neither has The Rock.
Okay, but why not he be the first one? Chris, he's still.
What is happening on this show right now?
He is still wrestling. Out of all those fucking names you listed, try to tell me somebody who is still wrestling. Damn it!
He said out of all those titles, that's the one I never had. So what
all right.
Cool. But like all those old motherfuckers you listed,
don't make me use the mute button. Don't make me use the mute button. I'm gaining back control of this show. Hey,
Chris, fuck you.
Hey.
We will do a show, fellas. I'll let y'all hammer it out on Wrasslin Talk Radio. We'll do a show, and I'll let y'all just go.
My bad.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this the entire episode. I'm gonna go black, and I'll let y'all talk the entire episode, and I'll come back and be like, so that's the end of our show for tonight.
Hey.
Oh man, y'all tune in for that. Watch the page. I'll put some details.
We're gonna do a show. I'll let y'all air out y'all grievances.
Hey, I had to tell Chris this one day though. I'm glad we can argue about this shit back and forth and want to swing on each other.
Real talk, y'all cool. It's just everybody has their own opinion, which is cool in regards to how they feel about the whole thing. But ultimately, let's be real. Edge is going to challenge Roman Reigns.
Well, yeah, obviously. We all know that.
That's pretty much it.
I'm gonna be honest. Unless there's some kind of crazy title change that we don't see happen at Elimination Chamber with the Raw Championship, I don't know.
You think Randy Orton could win it in the Chamber?
It could be. I mean, I don't put it past Vince to do something like that and give it back to him just to be finished with the Edge and Randy Orton thing. You know what I mean?
But I think the Raw Chamber match is going to end up being for the number one contender for the Raw Championship.
Right.
Because I think with Roman Reigns facing Edge, I honestly think it's probably going to end up being whoever wins the men's Elimination Chamber, which I honestly think is.
They should just put the title on the line. And
I think Braun Strowman is going to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
I thought Braun was on SmackDown. Is he not?
No, Braun is
on Raw now. Yeah.
So I think Braun's going to face Drew McIntyre. And I think Sheamus, as you saw, he turned heel on Monday night. So that will hold McIntyre over until Mania. So they'll at least get 1 or 2 pay-per-views. I think Sheamus will end up fighting him at Elimination Chamber. I think he'll get a rematch at Fastlane. Storyline ends right there. Boom. So that gives a filler until WrestleMania.
There we go. All right. So I think we got all the wrestling talk out of the way. For today.
Did you ask the guys in regards to their... Wait a minute, Tim. Did you ask everybody else? I know you asked me. I just wanted to be fair in regards to the main event.
Yeah,
at WrestleMania.
Look,
I gave my opinion. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. I think they gave enough opinions. So y'all go ahead and give your main event opinions for WrestleMania real quick. Let's start with Lucas.
As far as like for both titles or.
Yeah. Both titles. Yep. Well, who do you think Bianca is going to challenge, and what do you think the match is going to be with Edge? Chris, I'm using the mute button. Chris, I'm using the mute button.
Edge challenges. Edge challenges Roman Reigns, and then I think Bianca challenges what's her name, Sasha. Yeah, because I don't really see her and Asuka to have a feud. I think Asuka should probably feud with somebody else.
Yeah, I think so too. Chris, what do you think? Christopher?
Oh, yeah, about me. I got Edge challenging Roman Reigns. Bianca Belair challenging Sasha Banks. And Drew McIntyre. And I really believe it's going to be another stupid-ass Goldberg match.
Bro, something like that?
God,
yeah.
No,
we can see something like
Bro,
that happen.
I'm just saying, I would be so upset, but
probably DDP or something.
What we just say? Vince.
Did you say DDP? Well, he can't. No, DDP's AEW now, so he's
bang. That's true.
So is Bret Hart.
Yeah, he's AEW, so that ain't gonna happen.
So is Bret Hart.
Facts. Vic, you got anything, bro? Do you want to make any bold predictions with your ever-growing knowledge of the business?
To be honest, I don't think I'm even knowledgeable to make it.
There we go. Well, listen, Monday Night Raws, I'm going to let you know it's on Monday nights. You're more than welcome over to the house. And then
SmackDown's on
Friday. And you know where I live, so Fridays you can come over. We can indulge in some wrestling talk and then go from there. Man, I keep plugging y'all. Look at me. I'm a good host, bro. I'll be plugging y'all. All right.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. So let's move on. Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Let's not move on.
If Edge does not challenge Roman Reigns, then Edge versus Finn Balor for the NXT title.
We're done. Tim, move on.
Hey, hold on. I got to give my prediction real quick before we do that.
Right,
before we go. Edge, Finn Balor, all them, I don't care. Whatever. Y'all, they do whatever. However, I do think for some reason, somehow, Asuka's going to lose that belt to Charlotte, and it's going to be Bianca and Charlotte. I don't know how, I don't know where, but I think Charlotte's going to take that belt from Asuka. With all the little tag team stuff that's been going on, and Ric Flair costing, Charlotte the matches. Asuka's going to get mad. They're going to feud. Charlotte beats Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte at WrestleMania.
You know what? Quick thing, Tim. And you know what I thought about? What if Charlotte sides with Lacey Evans? Imagine that.
It'd be a good tag team.
Imagine if they side together. I think, I read.
That would be one I would love to watch.
Charlotte's better as a heel.
Yeah, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. She's going to be a heel if she turns on Asuka right away. That makes her. It makes her heel right away. So
yeah, that's just my opinion.
Either way, all right. Let's move on to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. The Super Bowl. For those of you that have been living under a rock, and if you're watching this podcast, you better know who's in the Super Bowl. Otherwise, you're watching the wrong podcast. But we appreciate you tuning in either way. So in the NFC, it is the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and in the AFC, it is the Kansas City Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs. So what I want to do real briefly, just because I have this up, and I just want to, this is a stats-based podcast, right? As I told y'all, and the slogan on the podcast, we're going to mix a little bit of wrestling with a little bit of stats, and that's the slogan for this podcast. And that is, if you ever want to come on the podcast, if you ever want to have a debate with myself or with Vic or anybody else that's on this podcast, I just got 2 words for you. Bring stats. Yeah, that's a DX reference. Typically, the other 2 words are for another show, maybe the Wrasslin Talk Radio podcast.
They are not family friendly.
However, if you're going to be on this show, the 2 words you need to learn are bring stats. So I'm just going to throw just some GOAT stats. And when I say GOAT, I mean Tom Brady here really quickly. And these are just Super Bowl stats for y'all, just to go over some of these before we kind of give our predictions. So, and this is probably something that maybe y'all didn't know, maybe some of y'all did know, but definitely want to go over some of these. So, first of all, 52, the number 52 is how many. Now, in the regular season, Tom Brady has averaged 263 yards per game. Respectable, right? Decent regular season numbers. Obviously, he's got a lot more miles on him than a lot of people. He's 41 years old. But he actually averages in the Super Bowl 52 more yards per game in the Super Bowl. That's like being better, like at your job, like being better at interviews than being better, like than talking to my friends. Like I'm better at an interview than I am just talking to my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like 52 yards more on average. And as far as his Super Bowl appearances, let me give you all some numbers. So career pass attempts for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, 392. Anybody have a guess who's second?
Drew Brees.
Nope. He's only been in 1 Super Bowl. Anybody else?
Peyton Manning.
Yes, Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Peyton Manning is second in career pass attempts. Now, I said Brady has 392. Anybody know how many Peyton Manning has? 155.
Damn, that's
85.
Well, considering what Brady's played in 9 Super Bowls.
Correct.
Yeah,
now, his completions, 256. The next most, again, Peyton Manning at 103. All right. Career passing touchdowns in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady has 18. The next closest is Joe Montana at 11. Now, that is pretty that's actually pretty impressive because Joe Montana is fairly close, right? And the only list that he doesn't top when it comes to Super Bowls is interceptions. Mm-hmm. So he is 4th on the interception list after all of his appearances in the Super Bowl. Isn't that crazy? So he's 4th on the list, and he's appeared in the most Super Bowls. So there's a couple stats for Tom Brady just for y'all to kind of understand what this guy is accomplishing. I also saw something the other day that Tom Brady is playing in the Super Bowl at 41 years old. Steve Young, Dan Marino, and John Elway were all inducted into the National Football League Hall of Fame at the age of 41, and there's a mandatory 5-year waiting period to go into the Hall of Fame. So put that in perspective. 5 years after these greats retired, Tom Brady is still doing his thing in the Super Bowl. It's crazy. All right. So there's some stats for you guys. Let's start talking Super Bowl. We will start with Vic. Let me get some Super Bowl predictions for you, and we're just going to start with let's start with who you think is going to win first, and then we'll move on.
I mean, my dad's a Bucs fan, so I'd like to say the Bucs, but I have a real big feeling that the Chiefs are going to go back to back.
All right.
Just because of how their offense operates, they're always getting big chunks of yards, and I just don't think that Tampa's defense can stop Tyreek or Travis Kelce.
Hey, Vic, I ain't gonna lie. I like the way you said that, man. The way you worded that and everything like that. It's like the way their offense is. That's real dope. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Chris, what you think, man?
Man, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm fluctuating with my pick. I want to say I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. I just respect Tom Brady. I don't hate Tom Brady. I don't have nothing bad to say about Tom Brady. He's not in my list. So for what I was saying, maybe it's a little biased. I believe Kansas City will win. I want Tom Brady to get a ring, but only if Antonio Brown is playing. Does that make sense?
Yes, I got you.
So that's that. So that's why I said it's biased. So
okay,
I'll be honest with you.
All right. So we got two Chiefs.
I love AB. So I'm a big AB fan. So if he's playing Sunday, I would like him to get a ring.
There we go. All right. So two Chiefs picks. Lucas, I think I know who you're gonna pick, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and let us know.
I mean, I got the Chiefs, obviously. I will not be mad, however, if the Buccaneers do win. This is probably the first Super Bowl in God knows how long where I'm just like, all right, honestly, I just want to see a good football game. Like, yeah. I still think, like, if I were a betting man, Chiefs are going to go back to back because I think they are going to kill Tampa Bay's secondary on the long balls all game. I feel like Tampa's D, their front seven will get to Pat Mahomes, I feel like, early on in the game and rattle him. But over, I think, the course of the second quarter, you're going to start to see adjustments made. I think Mahomes probably breaks out in that second quarter. And I think the Chiefs don't really look back after that.
All right.
Hold on, I just have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like a little bit of a sidebar. And I don't mean that I'm not trying to take over or anything.
You're good, dog. You're good, man.
And can anybody answer this? Do you guys think Mahomes is going to have those jitters and start off like how he started off last year's Super Bowl? Or do y'all think he got it out the way and we're going to see Pat Mahomes that we've been seeing?
It's out the way.
I think he's going to act as if he's been there before and he's just going to do his thing and do what they do every week.
I think maybe seeing like he's playing Tom Brady for a Super Bowl this time around would be like, all right, I really got to like lock in this time around, you know, like.
And I mean, at the end of the day, Pat Mahomes is a different animal than Tom Brady. Even though Tom is the GOAT, I feel like Pat Mahomes just has a whole nother package to offer.
Pat Mahomes has next.
100%. But I will add in, too, that I do believe it would be cool to see Tom Brady win a ring without Belichick.
Oh, 100%.
All right. Keith, what you think, man?
I feel like with Mahomes, he's not going to have any jitters. He played in the game last year. He knows what to expect this year. I'm going to give y'all two numbers. The first number.
Oh, wait. Bring it out. Stats, baby. Let's go.
426. That's how many passing yards Pat Mahomes had week 12 against Tampa Bay's defense. Now, mind you, in another number, 200, the receiving yards Tyreek Hill had at halftime. Now, what y'all think about that? Same defense he's playing. Now, remember, who was watching Tyreek Hill? Davis. Davis got burned.
Yo, you and this Davis cat, bro.
Yo, Davis. I remember last Sunday. I know. Every day. Now, y'all know I'm a Packers fan, so this is supposed to be my boys playing this Sunday, but regardless, we made some mistakes down the stretch. It is what it is. But if y'all remember the Week 12 game, Tyreek Hill burned Tampa Bay, and I just don't see Tampa Bay's defense keeping up with that offense because I believe they're gonna burn him again. And Tyreek Hill is on a different kind of speed, and then you got Kelce. You got so many receivers on Kansas City, and Mahomes you blitz him, he's going to make you pay. He's crazy. So I don't know how Tampa Bay's defense is going to come at Patrick Mahomes. I mean, unless they're going to resolve their issues from week 12, I just don't see it happening. So, but I do think Kansas City's going to win. I am going to say this is going to be a shootout. I really do believe it's going to be a high-scoring game. I believe both teams are going to score more than 30 points. So if you don't like defense, I don't think the Super Bowl is going to be.
This ain't the game you want to watch right here.
This ain't the game you're going to watch if you like defense. So.
I agree. All right. So that's Vic, Chris, Lucas, and Keith all on the side of the Chiefs. And basically what I hear is I want the Chiefs to win. I believe the Chiefs are going to win, but I wouldn't mind if the Bucs win. Well, let your host, yours truly, Nostradamus himself, go ahead and let you know that that's not going to happen, that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I think Tom Brady is going to get another Super Bowl ring. Number one, yes, Keith, look, you brought stats to the show, and I love that. Don't just come out and say my opinion is that, because opinions don't mean nothing to me, right? However, you brought some stats. I respect that, but I got some stuff to kind of, offset that a little bit. So I can say everybody was fully healthy for the Chiefs going into that game that they played the Bucs before. Eric Fisher's going to be missing, the left tackle for the Chiefs. And also their right guard is going to be out as well. So their offensive line is going to be depleted. And so I think that's going to hurt them, especially in the long run when it comes down to the game. I think the pass rush with JPP and Shaq Barrett for Tampa Bay is going to get to them just off of – and I know you guys talked about Patrick Mahomes jitters. I don't think he's going to have any jitters. I don't think he's going to have any jitters. But that offensive line will. This is only the third game for that left tackle. That he's inserted into this offense, and now he's in the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, man, he's not going to play very well against JPP or Shaq Barrett. Their linebackers are fast. Their linebackers are aggressive. Their linebackers are ball hawks. I'll tell you that right now. Travis Kelce is going to have a Travis Kelce game. There's just no stopping Travis Kelce, right?
Tim, whenever you're done, I want to add something. Whenever you're done, though.
That's what we're here for, dog. That's what we're here for. He's going to have a Travis Kelce game. He's going to get his catches, his yards, but I think they're going to do enough defensively to keep this within reach for Tom Brady. I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be a one-possession game, and I think Brady gets the ball last and wins the game. I think Tyreek Hill, they're going to do a better job in the secondary of mixing up coverage. So when they played them the first game, they played a lot of one-on-one coverage. Tyreek Hill went for 200 yards in the first quarter, I think it was, actually, if you remember that. And absolutely lit up that secondary. And yes, Keith, I agree with you. Davis is trash. And I hope somebody gets this to whoever needs to see this for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Take that man off the field. I don't care who you put in. Take him off of the field. That guy, every time. Look, if we could see it from our couch that this guy is getting lit up, and we call it before the play, hey, Davis is getting shot right now. Boop, touchdown. Oh, okay. Take him off the field, all right? But I think they're going to do a good job of muddying up coverages. And, Vic, I know you can talk to this a little bit because you were a quarterback. Believe it or not, even though I don't look like it, I was a quarterback in the Marine Corps as well. And they're going to do a lot of starting out with one-on-one coverage and then passing it off to zone. It's going to look like one-on-one. You're not going to see a lot of defensive shifts, or you're going to see the corners go across a formation, trying to figure out if it's zone or man. They're going to stick with what they got, but they're going to play a lot of man and shift to zone in the middle, trying to confuse Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is going to get his. I will agree, but I think it's going to be a one-possession game, and Brady wins it at the end. So I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come away with the championship. Lucas, what you got to say, bro?
So we've been talking about Tampa's defense this whole time. I will go out on a limb and say Pat Mahomes could either have a field day with his defense because, look, I'm going to be real with you guys. That 49ers defense they played last year was far more elite than this Tampa Bay defense this year. That 49ers defense was arguably what, number one in the league last year?
That's true. They did have a good defense. And in all fairness, in the first half, Mahomes looked pedestrian.
Very pedestrian. But however, though, you got to think about it. That magic number for them going into that fourth quarter was 10. They were down 10 going into that fourth quarter, and Pat Mahomes led a 3 consecutive touchdown drives to put them ahead and win the Super Bowl. Right. So back to with you saying about Tom Brady getting the ball last, I don't think that's the case in this game, because if you think about the AFC Championship a few years ago, that game went into overtime. Pat Mahomes never had a chance to get the ball.
Yeah,
Patriots went right down and scored and didn't even let the Chiefs get a chance to score. Yeah. I think history repeats itself, but this time it's in Pat Mahomes' favor. I think Pat Mahomes, if the game is close, will lead a game-winning touchdown drive with 0 seconds on the clock to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, to me, I think it's going to be a one-possession game. It's going to be close. I really believe that on the flip side of things, I think for me, and we'll transition on our way over into our MVP talk, and I'll kind of lead that off. But just to kind of reiterate on the Tampa Bay Bucks, their defense, they have 48 sacks on the year, which is 4th in the NFL. As well. So they're not scrubs on the defensive line. Mm-hmm. Don't forget they have Ndamukong Suh, and they also have Villa as well. They have 2 stout defensive tackles, 2 amazing edge rushers, and 2 really, really good linebackers. Their front 7 is stout. They're fast. They're aggressive. And I wouldn't be surprised to see at least a couple turnovers, if not 1, maybe 2 turnovers in this game.
Don't forget the Honey Badgers out there for KC too.
Absolutely. I love Tyrann Mathieu. That dude is an absolute monster. He's a trash talker, which we love here at the SDL Pod. We love trash talkers. But at the end of the day, again, I just think Tom Brady is going to be too much. He's going to win the game. And in my opinion, the X factor in this game is going to be Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is going to take the top off of the defense. I think he's going to make a couple big plays. He's going to score 2 touchdowns and going to have 100 yards receiving. And if it's not Tom Brady, the MVP of the Super Bowl is Mike Evans. Keith, what you think?
I said the MVP is Tyreek Hill. I seriously think. Now I don't think he's going to do 200 yards, but I do see him making one big play, and I could see him having like a touchdown reception that's like 50 plus yards. But I do see Tyreek Hill being named the MVP of the Super Bowl.
All right,
I agree.
Lucas?
I think Tyreek Hill will be the. I think Tyreek Hill will be the MVP if the Chiefs win. If the Bucks win, I see somebody like Mike Evans or Chris Godwin winning the MVP.
Yeah, I just think, to be honest with you, the way that things have shaped out in that offense in the last couple games, I think Chris Godwin is going to get a little bit more attention than Mike Evans. That guy, obviously, and to be honest, Mike Evans, believe it or not, this year, if you've watched Mike Evans, is better in the slot than he is outside, right? Mike Evans going over the middle, setting picks and making his way to the outside is more effective. I think the Bucs are going to use that a little bit more as well. And put Mike Evans in the slot, even put Chris Godwin on the other side in the slot if they need to. And AB, I think, Chris, I know that's your boy. If he plays, that's a huge factor because that's just another weapon that he doesn't even have to get the ball. It's just somebody else that they have to worry about that can open somebody else up. So, Lucas, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go with Antonio Brown is going to be the MVP, but I feel like I get carried away with that. So, yeah, you know, if Antonio Brown is there, it's going to be big. I really think it's going to be giving him an extra weapon, an extra decoy, you know, to free up maybe Evans and Chris Godwin, or Chris Godwin and free him up. You know what I mean? I think he will definitely eat off of that. I hope so, but I'm going with Tyreek Hill.
All right, perfect. Lucas.
I am going to throw a curveball at you guys. Okay, if Pat Mahomes isn't the MVP for the Chiefs, I say it's Mecole Hardman because I think he will be the X factor on the Chiefs.
And he could easily have a return touchdown, too, in this game. You know what I mean? I mean, he's electric whenever he touches the ball. So
not to mention the last game, you think about it this way. He fumbled in the last game in the AFC Championship. And after that, I think he came out and I know he scored a touchdown, but I'm not sure if he scored another one after that. But
no, he had that big 50-yard reverse.
Yeah,
on the left side that got him started and caught the touchdown on the same drive. You know, watching those guys on the sideline and Mahomes and Kelsey picking that dude up,
telling him like keep your head up. You know,
absolutely.
Like it goes to show you how close that team is and like how much chemistry they have together.
I agree, man. I do agree with that for sure. I mean, the Chiefs they're no joke. So don't get me wrong. I know the Chiefs are a good team. I went to therapy for this. I'm gonna open up to all my fans right now. All right. And everybody on this podcast is watching. I've went to therapy. I've had talks with individuals. I've had to talk to my spouse about this, and it's serious. But I just want to come out to everybody and let you know that I do not hate Tom Brady anymore. And it was hard to get over. It was hard to admit that to myself.
He was being serious. I'm like, he had the serious face.
But I do not hate Tom Brady anymore. Vic, what do you think, bro? Are you all right over there? Hold on. You all right over there? Shout out to White Claw.
Shout out White Claw.
Hey, White Claw, look, come be a sponsor. Come be a sponsor, White Claw. Vic's guy. Vic,
I got some stats pulled up here, but first of all, I'm going to go ahead and say I think for the Chiefs, it's either going to be Mahomes or Hill for MVP. If it's the Bucks, I'm thinking Brady or Evans as well. And that's mainly because I think it's going to be a pass-heavy game. And whoever is completing the most passes, I feel like, is going to win this game. Because if you look at the stats from the last time they played each other, which I have pulled up on my phone because I didn't come prepared. Each team combined rushed for less than 100 yards. And on the Chiefs, they rushed for a total of 87 yards on 20 carries. And Patrick Mahomes was 28 of those 87 yards. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a pass-heavy game. So I think whoever completes the most passes and can control the ball in the red zone is going to win this game. So
yeah, and I think that's another. I mean, I think that's another factor too that's going to factor into this game. I think the running game is going to be a little bit more important than it was in that prior game, just because the Chiefs got out to such a big start, electric start that they got off to, and they didn't need the running game as much. But also, remember, Leonard Fournette was not really integrated into this offense then either. And he's been really toting the load for this Buccaneers team. And if they can control the ball with Leonard Fournette, if the man could catch, somebody give him some stick-em because he can't catch. But if he could catch out of the backfield and keep him in the game and control the clock, I think that is a huge key and the reason why it's going to be such a close game. And a reason why the Bucs are going to keep this thing close and win it. So, yeah, that's a great point, Vic. I mean, the rushing yards in this game are going to be huge for sure. So, absolutely. All right. Anybody else got anything on this year's Super Bowl that you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many cheeseburgers do you think Andy Reid eats after this Super Bowl?
He already said he wants 2. Double as well.
Look, I'm with them. I'm not gonna lie.
Over under
like
where
it's from.
Over under 4 or 5.
Let's do this. Top hamburger.
I think
top
Andy Reid is such an overrated coach.
Top cheeseburger chain.
Cheeseburger chain. Somebody start. Keith, start.
Ooh.
Favorite cheeseburger, bro.
I gotta go with bacon cheeseburger, man.
No, from where? From where?
Oh, from where? Damn, you put me on the spot.
I mean, but I might get roasted.
Culver's is good.
Who?
I'm Culver's.
Yeah, you gotta come back to me on that one. You
who is Culver's? Where's Culver's? What is this? What am I missing out on?
Yeah, I'm missing out on what's that?
Florida has Culver's.
A whole lot of goodness.
Yeah, it is good. But
right.
You guys might roast me for this. I enjoy myself a nice Whopper, man.
Yeah, bro. You don't put if you got me and you talked about this on the disc golf course. First of all, I know we've had this conversation. If you have to ask somebody, can you add cheese because it don't come with it? That doesn't count, bro. The Whopper is not a real. If you got
the sesame seed bun and the way that they cook the patty is just good.
Vic, I can't get on you about that, bro. Because you know what, my dad loves Whoppers, so I can't get on you about that. I can't.
Look, man, if you got to add. You come over to my house and we have a cookout in the summertime, I don't even ask if you want cheese. It's getting cheese, bro. It's a cheeseburger. We're not cooking
what if I'm lactose intolerant?
No, well, good. You'll go pick it off.
Ultimately, though, a Baconator always hits the spot.
Yeah.
I'm not a big bacon guy, man.
Tim said that with Tim's like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, I think it's the hint of ketchup on the Baconator, bro. That makes it so good.
The hint of ketchup and mayo, though,
I can't do it with mayo, bro.
When's the last time you had a Baconator? I know you're gonna say in the past week.
Nah, I haven't been to Wendy's for a Baconator, but you know what is good from Wendy's? Man, we getting way off topic. But anyway, the Wendy's breakfast is real.
Breakfast?
Yes.
What is that biscuit? What's that biscuit I got?
The chicken biscuit with the gravy.
The honey chicken biscuit.
The honey chicken biscuit. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Or the sausage.
Hey, the
baconator
for breakfast is fire. What
That's
are you talking?
it,
The
bro.
baconator
It's
for breakfast is fire.
It's got that Swiss cheese sauce on it.
Baconator for breakfast,
bro. Come on, somebody.
Shout out to Wendy's for the breakfast food.
Look,
man.
we got Wendy's and White Claw needs to hop up here and start supporting this podcast right now. We just putting y'all out there. Yo. It's free advertising for y'all, man. Come on. All right, moving on from food. Jeez, I don't know what even got us on that topic. But Vic, don't ever, bro. We never
eating cheeseburgers. That's what.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That was probably my fault.
Hey, Five Guys ain't bad either.
Man, Five Guys, you can't give me one of them burgers because I'm not about to spend $27 on the cheeseburger, bro.
That's just
crazy.
That's just for the burger.
That's
Add
crazy.
a fries and a drink. That's another $90.
Right, bro. You spending $97 on lunch.
Five Guys is so
hey, man.
Expensive.
Yo,
that's when I get that bonus.
They do be filling up that bag with fries though.
Yeah, they do. I will give them that.
I remember going there one time and asking, and I was like the only person in there. They put a whole bucket of fries in the fryer and just dumped it out in my bag. I'm like, bro, all that's for me? No, you're not even gonna save that for the next person. I'll take it. All right.
But the fries don't have no salt on them.
That's facts, though. That's facts, Chris.
Look.
I ain't gonna lie, Chris is that's facts, though.
Look, man. Oh man, I'm not even gonna comment. I'm not commenting on that. I'm not commenting on seasoning food because I had to deal with that my whole life. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. So let's talk next year. Next year, Chris's week. Hey, look, way too.
I let that fly. I knew. I wasn't gonna say nothing, Tim. I caught that too, but I let you flow and just go into the next topic. But hey. I was gonna come back to it. But go ahead.
We good. All right, where am I at here? All right, way too early NFL predictions for next year. Lucas said he's out. He don't want to talk about that. All right, way too early.
I said, be right back, motherfucker.
I don't know. I just thought cheeseburgers and French fries did. I stopped and everything. All right. So let's talk. Let's start with MVP of next season. And we're gonna do this. We'll talk about who we think is gonna be the MVP next year. And let's talk about two teams that you think are gonna make the Super Bowl, and then two surprise teams that you think are gonna be good. One from each conference. All right. So who wants to start? All right, I got it. Awesome. All right, so for me personally, my surprise team and my Super Bowl team are going to be the same out of the NFC. It's going to be the Rams, the LA Rams. After this acquisition of Matt Stafford, I think they are the best team in the NFC now. In my opinion, Stafford is nowhere past his prime. They have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Cam Akers coming out of the backfield started coming on in the second half of the season, being an absolute stud that they drafted him to be. They have Cooper Kupp. They have Robert Woods still. They have decent tight ends. But these are weapons, right? I mean, he's got Galladay, right? But these are consistent weapons in the middle of the field that Matthew Stafford really hasn't had. He hasn't had anybody in the backfield. Let's be honest. He hasn't had anybody. Yeah, I mean, he had Adrian Peterson this year when he was like 64. But he hasn't had anybody be able to run the ball and control the football, and he has never had a defense like he has in LA. So for me, next year
he had a defense like that, and the one time he did, he went 11-5. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true. That's true. I do remember that defense. But I think they're going to come out of the NFC. All right, I think they're going to come out of the NFC. For the AFC, I mean, it's hard to pick against the Chiefs, y'all. I'm going to be real with you. There's the continuity that they have. They're going back to another Super Bowl. I would not be surprised if they went back again.
Buffalo, maybe?
Buffalo is another team. I mean, other than that, out of the AFC, there's really nobody that scares me unless Deshaun Watson goes somewhere. If Deshaun Watson goes to a team like Miami, then I can see the Dolphins being a player, right? With the coaching that they have, their defense is pretty good. And who knows, maybe Le'Veon Bell goes to Miami and Watson goes to Miami. That could be, a decent play.
Le'Veon Bell's washed.
Yeah, I think he is too. Otherwise, he'd be getting more PT. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? I will say And I don't know if y'all can see, but I think my surprise team out of the AFC is going to be the Chargers. Yes, I'm a Chargers fan, but I also have stats. Come on, Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert. One of the best young quarterbacks in the game. I'm not going to lie. I want to publicly take this time tonight to apologize to Justin himself. I know you're watching, Justin Herbert, but I did not like that draft pick when we first drafted Justin Herbert. I really wanted Tua, and I'm really glad we did not draft Tua, and I'm really glad that we drafted Justin Herbert. We have great weapons on the outside, a really versatile running back, and our defense is what we've been struggling with. We finally have hired a defensive coach, the Rams defensive coordinator, obviously the best defense in the league last year. He's got a bunch of guys to work with on the defensive end. There was at a point in the season, I think I told Keith this when you were over watching the Packers game, bro, that there were 8 weeks into the season, there were 3 teams that have not lost a game by more than 6 points. The 3 teams were the Chiefs, who were 7-1 at the time, and they lost their only game by 4 points. And then the Steelers, who were 8-0 at the time, and then the Chargers, who were 2-6 at the time. And we had lost 5 games by less than 6 points. Like, come on. That turns everything around with just playing defense right, not turning the ball over late in the game. There's a head coach decisions that could be made. So I think the Chargers are going to be a surprise team in the AFC. With as far as MVP is concerned, I think Deshaun Watson is going to make a good case for MVP. If he is on a winning team, he had one of his best seasons to date, and I think he's going to come back super motivated next year to do even more, improve himself wherever he's at, with a caveat that he sits out if he's still in Houston, because if I was him, I would. So who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go.
All right, Vic, go ahead.
So I think the Cleveland Browns have a good chance at coming out next year. They have a great O-line, a great offense in general. They have all the weapons on the outside. Nick Chubb's an absolute animal. Baker Mayfield, if he plays the way that he's capable of, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to make it to the Super Bowl, as they probably could have this year if they didn't come up short. Sleeper team, I'm gonna go with my Giants, man. Although we've been struggling, I'm a little biased.
Before you move on to the Giants, I just want to point out, and you know what, I'm going to put it down here for everybody to see too. Vic said this is great sports analysis right here. Vic said they could have went to the Super Bowl if they wouldn't have lost. Short. Bro,
hey man,
if they wouldn't have fell short, they would have went to the Super Bowl. Bro, come on, this is why I pay you, dog. Keep going.
Hey, I'm a genius. What can I say? But no, I'm gonna go with the Giants because I'm a little biased, but also I think Daniel Jones has everything it takes to be great in the league. Obviously, our weapons around him aren't that great. Being that Saquon Barkley went out real early in the season with the ACL injury and all that, I feel like we could have made it at least to the playoffs. Our O-line is pretty bad, so if we can just – why you got to make me laugh? I think if we could just get our O-line to step it up, our defense to step it up. I feel like we need help in the secondary with our corners. But I feel like if we could pull that together and have a secure coaching staff, then we can make it pretty good.
So let me ask you, bro. Obviously, I'm gonna combat you. Nobody combated me. I don't know why. I had stats. You know what I'm saying? I got them lined up if you wanted to. How do you honestly feel about Daniel Jones? Do you think he's a Super Bowl quarterback? You think he can take a team on his back and go to the Super Bowl?
100%.
Hold on one second. How do you do the thing?
Hey, man.
Tim's been watching too much of our show.
Yeah, I have. All right.
How you do the thing? How you do the thing?
Who would have thought Eli would have been a Super Bowl quarterback back in 2004?
That's true, but y'all don't have Michael Strahan. Y'all don't have that defense. Come on. Hey, baby girl. Or is that
baby boy?
Okay. That's definitely not your 12-year-old, dog.
That's man.
No, but I'm talking about Damon.
This is a boy, Damon.
I'm talking about Daniel as an individual, though.
Yo, that's my bad. I got to do this, bro. That's my bad.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel as an individual. Look, I do like the Browns pick. You know, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. He played excellent this year. Their defense is still super good. They got great playmakers on the defensive line, and their corners are pretty good as well. The only thing with the Browns, for me personally, is Odell's got to go. That's my opinion. I just think
I agree.
Baker concentrates too much on trying to get him the ball, and it really messes up the flow of their offense. So if they can somehow trade,
I don't agree with that at all.
Look, if they can somehow trade Odell,
they were better without Odell this year. They were significantly better without him.
It's not.
I feel like when he doesn't get the ball, and I'm a Giants fan, so obviously I loved Odell at one point in time. Still don't have an issue with him. I just think he's kind of toxic when he's not having a good game.
Don't get me wrong. I love Odell. I would love him. But
I just don't think the Browns are a good fit for him. They're significantly better without him.
You put him in Seattle, by all means, Russell's going to find a way to make it work, right? You put him somewhere else. You put him in Kansas City. You put him in Pittsburgh.
If you put him in Kansas City, like, it's over. Don't even talk to me for the next 3-4 years.
But I'm saying those are quarterbacks that are solidified enough to stand up and say, I don't have to get you the ball. And Odell will be like, okay, fine. But Baker's not there yet, right? Baker feels like he'll have to force the ball to Odell. And as you can tell.
But then again, like, who's also Odell? Like, I get he's great, but what has he done in the last few years, though?
He's made some good catches.
Baker could definitely keep him in check and be like, yo, I don't have to get you the ball every time.
Facts. I mean, if he did
Baker alone this year had a better year than Odell has.
I'm gonna say my piece on all this Odell slander in a little bit. Don't you even worry.
We're not even slandering Odell. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
We just think the Browns are better without him.
I just don't think he's a good fit in Cleveland myself.
Yeah, nobody's slandering Odell. We just think the Browns don't need him, really.
Right. I think he's a top 5 wide receiver in my opinion.
Hearing Odell slander.
I just don't think he's a good fit in Cleveland.
And once again, Chris is reaching.
Chris, undo it, bro. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, honestly,
predictions. Go ahead and rebuttal.
Where this Odell slander is coming from.
Come on, man. Let us hear it. Oh, he don't hear that, but he heard the Odell.
Okay, now back.
Oh, here we go.
My son's situated now. Back to this Odell slander.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now, okay. Wait, it's easy to say, okay, the Browns did better once Odell went down. It's easy to say that. Now, you guys are Mr. Statistician and everything like that. Unfortunately, I didn't really follow the Browns like that. I wanted them to succeed because I hate the slander Baker Mayfield did, especially the hate that he gets from people like Stephen A. and Rex Ryan. I can't stand that. So
I do agree with that.
Odell the number one? Was he targeted? Was he the number one target on that team? Answer that question. Who's gonna pull that up for me?
On what team?
Was he the number one? Was he throwing the ball the most?
On what team?
Did he lead the league in targets? I mean, did he lead the team in targets?
On the Browns?
Yes. Did he lead the team in targets?
Yes. Jarvis Landry.
Hold on, whoa. Okay. So Odell didn't lead the team in targets. So Baker did not force him the ball. Number one. Number two. If you want to get technical about it's when their defense really started to show out. Because at one time, Jarvis Landry was talking about he wanted to lead too. So let's not just sit there and try to blame this on Odell or they played better when no. What happened was the team went ahead and because guess what? They started going crazy as far as in that Dallas game. That's the game that Odell went off. And then the next game after that he got hurt. Do they need Odell? No, they don't need Odell. But what I say, get rid of him. No, because that can add to their weaponry. Now they did well without him. Imagine what they can do with him. 2, 3. That narrative that he only cares about stats. That is just a media narrative pointed on once again the quote unquote diva wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for the media to paint a picture that this guy, because he's so passionate, he's a cancer,
or he doesn't want to win, or he only cares about stats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that picture is not painted for other people when they are very passionate about the game and everything else. So I don't get it. I don't get into that. So my thing I say give Odell one more year with Cleveland. If they take a step down from where they was just doing this year, then yes, get rid of Odell. But Odell should not be the scapegoat. And that's what I think that's messed up that they're making. Everybody want to make Odell the scapegoat. I'm not going with that Skip Bayless excuse. I think Odell can bring a lot because guess what? Jarvis Landry, he's a really dynamic, great wide receiver, but he can't make the difficult catches like Odell can. Give Odell, Odell didn't ask to be hurt. He didn't. But no, let's not act like that run game wasn't doing their thing. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And let's not act like Myles Garrett wasn't playing MVP ball.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. But what I can say is to, I guess, come back at you again. I'm not saying that OBJ is not a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I personally, and this has nothing to do with OBJ. This is my opinion on Baker Mayfield. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I feel like Baker Mayfield feels like he has to force stuff to OBJ when he doesn't. Like he doesn't.
He feels like he's obligated to have to throw them the ball more than like the next person.
But where is that narrative coming from? Because I've watched some Cleveland games, bro. I've watched some Cleveland games, and it did not look like that to me. I just want to know where that. I just want to know.
All right, but can you answer? But can you answer this though? Can you answer this though, Chris? Are we all gonna act like what Tim said or Vic? I think how he acts toxic when he's having a bad game. Odell always acts toxic when he's having a bad game though, and we see it on the sidelines. Do we not?
Okay, but what y'all? That's what I'm saying. That is a narrative painted by the media that's toxic.
Chris,
how is that considered toxic? Because the man is on the sideline. He's emotional. I don't think that's toxic at all. Like I said, maybe because I look at the diva wide receiver, whatever quote unquote stupid ass label that I hate.
Nobody's saying he's a diva.
No, I know, Lucas. I'm not saying you did. I'm sitting there saying, basically, but that term is always thrown on a wide receiver. I don't think it. Okay, so he got into it with a net. How did that affect the offensive coordinator? Please tell me, how did that affect the offensive coordinator?
I thought it was very hilarious.
You guys got to take into consideration who's their QB, number one. You guys got to take into consideration who's their coach, number two. I mean, you would have been. No disrespect, Vic. I understand you a Giants fan, but Eli Manning sucks.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments. But guess
what? Odell is taking the brunt. Odell takes the brunt of what happened with Eli Manning. Eli Manning sucked.
He definitely had his moments where he wanted to make me cry.
He was not very good when Odell was there. But what I can say, when I am personally talking about this, again, ladies and gentlemen, Stats Don't Lie podcast, we appreciate everybody being here. But when I'm personally thinking about OBJ, I'll throw some stats at you right now that I'm just looking off the top of my head to hopefully show you what I'm talking about. When it comes to Odell Beckham, he got hurt in week 7, okay? His targets from week 1 to 7, we'll do 1 through 6 because he got hurt and only had one target in that week 7 game against Cincinnati. But he had 10 targets, 6 targets, 6 targets, 8 targets, 9 targets, 5 targets, and then 1 target in that last game. And he didn't surpass over 80. He got over 80 yards one time in 7 games. And those are the amount of targets, right? So he got targeted a lot. Now, if I want to compare that to the next best wide receiver in Jarvis Landry, he got 6 targets, 3, 4, 6, and 9. All right. And all of those, Jarvis Landry had 5 out of 6 catches, 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4, 5 out of 6. Right. And Odell Beckham has 3 out of 10 targets, 4 out of 6, 5 out of 8, 5 out of 9. That's what I'm talking about when Baker Mayfield is forcing the ball to Odell when he shouldn't. If he's going to throw the ball to a receiver like he does to Odell, it needs to be in rhythm. And I don't believe that it's in rhythm just from the amount of targets he gets compared to the amount of catches that he gets. That's not on Odell, though, right? That's on Baker because he's trying to force that ball in. Now, if I look at Jarvis Landry later in the year, even when he was coming on past week 12, 8 out of 11, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 9, 7 out of 8, 5 out of 6. Those are the in rhythm throws that him and Jarvis Landry had at the end of the year, because Jarvis Landry is Jarvis Landry. Like, he's not a top 5 guy. And Baker feels, I'm a top 5 guy, or I have a top 5 guy. I need to feed him. And when he tries to forcefully do that, he ends up with games where he has 7 incompletions to Odell Beckham, when if he would have looked at Jarvis or one of his tight ends, he probably could have had 3 or 4 more completions. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Odell has 5 out of 6 catches, or 4 out of 5 catches. But no, Baker is forcing it 3 out of 10 for 30 yards. That doesn't do anything for anybody. That's what I'm trying.
It really doesn't, and I 100% agree with you. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and piggyback and kind of counter that again. Okay, now you guys will. I heard, and it's like, okay, then if he's not getting his numbers, then he's throwing a tantrum or anything like that. Where did you guys see that in Cleveland this year? Because I didn't see it at all.
No,
number one. I get you on that. So you guys say he's force feeding. Now I'm gonna give you a thank you for throwing them stats at me too. I appreciate you, my boy.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, Baker Mayfield was getting the brunt of all of it, right? He was called as overrated, and he had a really good rookie season last year. I really didn't blame him because of the way they digressed, is because of, number one, their head coach was horrible. He had no business being a head coach. Let's just keep it out there. So I didn't go in with the whole that he was overrated and stuff like that. Like I said, I rooted for Cleveland, but I think Cleveland's success this year was due more to them two-headed monster with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Even when Nick Chubb was hurt with that ankle, and then because if you go back and look, Baker Mayfield wasn't having like just outstanding games. What he was doing, he had better QBRs, he had better completions,
game
he was cutting down the turnovers
with talent.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that he was spreading the ball; it's just that he was being more careful with the ball. So I ask you this now: they have the film out on Cleveland now. Now they're going to take Cleveland serious. You're going to get rid of Odell. You say, let's get rid of Odell. Now you get rid of Odell, you get some picks back or whatever, and they digress. Can we come back and revisit this?
Well, the way that I can respond to you on that is, first of all, shout out to Cleveland, because with or without, they were one possession, one stop away from beating Kansas City Chiefs.
100%. Who
knows if they be? We could be having a totally different conversation here. But
100%.
When I ask you, Chris, if I am the general manager of the Cleveland Browns or the owner, and I look at the way that this team is set up, are they what are they? They are a run the ball, control the clock, and don't turn the ball over football.
Absolutely, and a defensive team. Can't hear.
Wait a minute. Tim, hit it again. We can't hear you. Yo, he got mad midway.
He just got mad.
He just got mad. Hey, yo, that shit was funny. Yeah, he just sitting there talking. He just got mad out of nothing. He was like, really?
Yo, I'm back.
He just got mad.
I'm out.
Hey, yo, Tim, that was hilarious, yo. Yo, I never seen somebody just get mad out of nowhere. Tim was like, yo, I can't hear. No, you just got bad news on your phone. You were sitting there, the Cleveland Browns.
Hey,
yo, I don't even want to do the show no more. I'm done.
I know.
I'm done.
This microphone is the OBJ of this goddamn show, bro. I'm telling you right now. I don't even need him.
Look, that was hilarious.
All right, back to what I'm talking about. So I don't even know where I left off, but if I'm the GM of the Cleveland Browns, I know in order to win football games, I need to run the ball, control the clock, and play good defense, right? I don't need OBJ for that. I don't need him to control the ball. Where OBJ is going to be most successful at, to me, the diva thing is out the window. Was he before? Maybe, but that's because he was super frustrated. I get it. But at the same time, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. All the best wide receivers have that gene. You know what I'm saying? They have that gene in them. And if they didn't, they wouldn't be good. They're not going to be great.
Especially if you know you're elite too.
Not to cut you off, but bro, thank you.
Yeah.
Me and Lucas have had this debate many years, because I like that. Because I don't. This is my thing. By the way, I heard you say that you was in the Army, right? Or the Marines?
Marine Corps, yeah.
Marine Corps. My brother's a Marine Corps too. So I want to say shout out to you. Thank you for everything that you have done. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
Man. Absolutely, I appreciate that.
An older brother that was a part of the Marine Corps too, man. I have nothing but the utmost respect, man. So I want to thank you, bro. For
of course, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Now back to what the hell I was saying. Now you said you were a quarterback too, right?
Yes, I was. I have pictures to prove it. Nobody believes I know.
I saw.
I saw.
So you understand? You can't throw the ball to yourself.
No, you can't.
And also you understand, number one, you're being in the Marine Corps. It's not for the weak. You feel me? And I'm not saying football is the same thing, but football has been said that it cause death. So it's a barbaric sport. My thing is, ain't no such thing as being a freaking diva. I don't understand how can you broke up a locker room, or you're a cancer to this, that, and the other when you play a very barbaric sport. You can't be weak like that. That's just me. I don't believe in that. He's toxic in the locker room. As long as you get out on that field and you have my back, which a lot of these diva wide receivers do,
right?
Just have that, then that's all that matters to me. I don't give a fuck to be kumbaya in that locker room.
Right.
I don't care if we go out and have a T-bone steak. I don't give a damn. Just make sure you block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or just if I just and that's what diva and that's what people don't get. Like, don't say you're a football player and then feel some type of way because somebody feels some type of way about you. It makes no sense. I'm trying to take your head off when I'm on that court or on that field. There's no friends. We in the locker room, okay, whatever. But that's just my thing. I don't believe in that theory. I don't believe in that label. I think that is a false label, and I honestly think it's a racist label. But that's another time and day. But you know what I mean? That's just how I am about the diva wide receiver or this quote unquote. I don't believe you can be a cancer in an NFL locker room. That's
Here's my thing, bro. I understand where a lot. Yo, I love that shirt. But I understand where a lot of people come off saying
my mother-in-law got it for me.
Hey, shout out to mother-in-law.
Yeah,
shout out to
my
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law got it for me.
Absolutely. Look, absolutely, bro. I'm with that. When it comes to diva wide receivers, everybody who says are the biggest diva wide receivers, I look at the term diva wide receiver different, right? A diva wide receiver that a lot of people portray is the Randy Mosses, the Terrell Owens, the OBJs, right? But guess what? They are great. They are great. There's nobody that can tell me none of those three are great. When I look at a diva wide receiver, it's somebody who's complaining about not getting the ball. For instance, I don't know if y'all remember Vincent Jackson for the Chargers. I say
and for the Buccaneers.
And for the Bucs. He is a diva wide receiver. You can't come out here and complain you're not getting the ball and be mediocre when you do get the ball. Like, that to me is being a diva wide receiver. I'm not getting the ball enough. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And then when you do, you're literally mediocre with it. Like, you're 7 foot tall for no reason. If the best wide receivers are, call it what you want, divas. Call it whatever you want to, but it's just because they want the ball. They want to be great. And they know if they get the ball in their hands, they can change the game. I just don't think for OBJ, the right place is Cleveland. That's just my opinion.
You know what? I don't think it should be in Cleveland, but I do think he can. I think he should get a chance to be a part of that success.
Okay, I'm with that. All right, who hasn't given predictions? Keith, go ahead, bro.
All right, for next season, for the NFC, if they stay intact, I definitely see Tampa Bay coming back for another run. I'm not trying to be biased with my boys. Green Bay, we've gotten back to NFC title games back to back, but it just, with our team, it's just, it's a lot of things we need to get fixed. Because making it back to back NFC Championship games is damn near impossible. It's really damn near impossible. But I think if things stay intact and Brady comes back another season, I do seriously think Tampa Bay is going to come back and be back again in the Super Bowl. The other team, I really do, and I understand Kansas City has just been a very just dominating team in the AFC these past couple of years. But a team that I do think can finally dethrone them is a team they beat in the AFC Championship game. I think Buffalo can get back there. They got the defense. They got a good offense. They need a running game, though. I would definitely, if I was Buffalo, I would definitely considering signing a running back.
Yeah,
to go with Josh Allen and those receivers. But I really do. And Josh Allen, hands down, I mean, this kid just really impressed me this year. Put up some monster numbers. He's definitely Buffalo was definitely a sleeper team that came out of nowhere, and he benefited with Tom Brady going over to the NFC. It definitely opened up the gates for them to end up going to all the way as far as they did. But Buffalo definitely impressed me. I can definitely see Buffalo. I think if Buffalo, at least if they host the AFC Championship game and they play Kansas City, I can definitely see Buffalo beating Kansas City and getting over the hump. But I really do think Buffalo's going to be there next year.
Yeah, I don't know if they were quite ready. I think it was more of a shock thing our first time there, and that happens a lot in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It happens a lot, and I think you're right. I mean, Singletary and Zach Moss are their running backs, and they're both kind of the scat back types. Like the Austin Eckler type backs, but they're not really good between the tackles. Zach Moss is a big guy, and he's good in the goal line, but he's not quick like Singletary, and I do think they need a better playmaker in the backfield. And shoot, bro, we talking about OBJ. Go ahead and go get OBJ in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying?
I was just going to say
nice.
That could be a team.
OBJ in Buffalo. I would definitely. Yeah. I could definitely see OBJ in Buffalo, and I think him and Diggs can feed. They can feed off each other.
Diggs, though.
I mean, no, but that's the thing. Diggs can be like he was to Adam Thielen in Minnesota. He's still going to be good. He's still going to get his catches.
You got Beasley there. You got Knox. Right. They got two good tight ends. Right. They just get them a running back. Buffalo can do some serious damage in it. And then as far as the sleeper team is concerned, I mean, I honestly thought they were going to be a sleeper team this year, but I do think they're going to be back. I believe Arizona's going to come back.
Yeah, I like Kyler Murray.
I believe Arizona. I believe Kyler Murray. He's got 2 years under his belt. You still got DeAndre Hopkins, is hands down one of the top wide receivers in the game right now. I definitely see Arizona, making some noise next year. I think they're going to be a sleeper team next year.
I think they need to make a splash defensively. Maybe I know they have Simmons. I know they have Simmons at linebacker, right? And I was just really, really disappointed with him. Like I thought he was going to be a real difference maker for their defense, and he didn't seem to do what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury. I think that the clock is ticking on him too.
I don't know. He's one of those outscore the other team type cats. You know what I'm saying? So
but they're watching them. They got a leash on them right now, and I think they're telling them like, hey, we understand. We kind of trusted you. We traded away the guy we picked number 1. We gave you the reins. We let you draft Murray. It's kind of like
it's still early for him though. Like this is the first year they actually had a solid offense though.
And let's be real, Kyler Murray at the beginning of the year was an MVP candidate.
Hell yeah,
that dude was going off at the beginning of the year. And
don't start me on people that was MVP candidates at the beginning of the year, dude. Don't start me. I lost $1,000 because somebody was a fake ass MVP.
Ooh, who's that? Russell?
Let me see you 1-2 step. I love it.
Ding.
Dang, we just did that. Lucas, you give a prediction yet, bro?
I did not. For AFC, I got Chiefs obviously getting back there again next year. I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo got back there with them in the AFC Championship. One sleeper team, however, I think will be the Dolphins.
Yeah, I like that pick.
I like the Dolphins. I like, they got a full year underneath their belts. I think fully healthy. They can make some noise. Tua's a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
Their defense is elite.
I do think if Tua grows, I think he can be great. I really do. He just got I just think he was kind of pushed in and it wasn't quite ready to jump all the way in the water yet. I say that with Justin Herbert being pushed in like 5 minutes before game time because we're stabbing lungs over here and stuff.
Shout out to Justin Herbert though, being under that much pressure and when you're 5 minutes before kickoff, you're going to be named the starter. And so I shot, and I feel, and Tim, I'm sorry, your coach should have never been fired. I'm sorry. He should have never been fired.
He made a lot of bonehead.
He made a lot of bonehead, but
I love Anthony Lynn. I love Anthony Lynn, bro. I thought he was a great coach. He just made a lot of bonehead mistakes at the end of the games this year, and it wasn't once, but it was 3 or 4 times, man. And in the NFL, you can't get over that stuff. He'll get another shot, though. I guarantee.
He'll definitely get another shot. But me personally, I don't feel like he should have been fired. But it's me personally.
Well, and then my NFC picks are gonna surprise you guys a little bit. I have in the NFC Championship 49ers and Rams.
Yeah, I like the Rams, bro. And the 49ers.
49ers were
starting at quarterback for the 49ers.
It does. To be honest, if they're healthy, it doesn't matter.
If the defense is healthy. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. The top 3 linemen going into next year, and I think are going to finish in the top 3 next year, Aaron Donald, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young.
Yeah.
And I think Nick Bosa is going to anchor that 49ers defense the way they did last year, too.
They just got to stay healthy, man. If they stay healthy, they're
San Francisco.
They're elite.
Oh my
God.
Elite defense. The 49ers were thrashed by injuries this year.
And it happened a couple years ago too.
Man,
didn't it happen a couple years ago too? I think. And last year, the year before last, they were healthy and they obviously did what they did.
The game Bosa towards ACL. Somebody else got hurt that same game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Man,
I think it was Garoppolo actually.
Man, that was.
Yeah, Garoppolo did get hurt.
That injury bug, and then Kittle got hurt.
Yeah. They all got hurt.
That killed the 49ers.
Debo's hurt. Like they were on like their 8th string running back or whatever.
Yeah, Debo Samuel was hurt too. I think that's something they could do. I mean, I do like Mustard, whatever his name is, but they could upgrade at running back too. I think, but I do like Mustard. He's a big play guy though. He's quick. He's fast.
Yeah, I know they're letting go of a lot of guys though this year. I know that. Not like a lot of big name guys.
I'm looking forward to free agency this year, man. Free agency is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch for sure. The draft will be good. See how many teams try to trade up for one of these. I mean, apparently there's a good 3 or 4 quarterbacks that are going to be taken in the top 10 from what I hear.
The draft's very wide receiver heavy this year.
Yeah, it's going to be very wide.
It's going to be quarterback and wide receiver heavy for sure. And there's a couple offensive linemen in there that look good too. But I personally am hoping for the tight end from Florida, Pitts. Because I don't think we're going to re-sign Hunter Henry, and I really don't want to franchise tag him because I feel like that's wasting it on the tight end. You know what I'm saying? So that the tight end from Florida is a monster.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's definitely a monster.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody else? Vic, you gave yours. Chris gave his. Lucas, myself. Yeah. So we're good. We are good. I really don't have anything else. Let me let Chris back in here before we let loose. Chris, did you give all your input there?
No, I didn't get my predictions.
All right, let's do it.
For some reason, I keep getting kicked out. I don't know. I'm sorry,
You're
guys.
good. I'm gonna let you back in, bro.
I apologize, man. So I'm gonna start off with the AFC first. With the AFC, I'm gonna go with the obvious pick is Kansas City for next year. I believe will come out the AFC again. When you got Patrick, Steph Curry, Mahomes, you know what I mean. I believe in his team, and I honestly think they're gonna get better. They're gonna get rid of Le'Veon Bell. I think they're gonna get another. I know they're getting rid of Sammy Watkins. So, hey, I can see an OBJ going there.
Like that.
Now, my sleeper pick, I was gonna say Buffalo because I do like Buffalo, but my sleeper pick next year is Tennessee.
Yeah,
my sleeper pick next year is Tennessee, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think Tennessee can go after a player like Matt Ryan, or I see they could trade for like a Matt Ryan, or maybe try to get a Carson Wentz. I don't think. I think with Derrick Henry in that backfield and AJ Brown, I like them, and I think their defense is going to still get even better. So that's my sleeper pick for the AFC.
You know what I think Tennessee needs, bro, is a defensive playmaker that stands out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the best defenses have that one player, the Aaron Donald, the Myles Garrett, whether it's an interior lineman or a safety like Tyrann Mathieu in Kansas City, like they need that one player to stand out and make a difference defensively. Because if they have somebody that in a playoff game can cause a couple turnovers, cause an interception, cause a fumble, that flips the game upside down. And they're definitely good enough with the way their offense is set up. Even if they keep Tannehill, even if they keep the offense the same, they got 2 good wide receivers on the outside. They have the best running back in the business, and they have a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over.
Right.
And that's a formula for success if they can just get that one playmaker on the defense.
But my thing is, I asked this: why can't they go get a Deshaun Watson? Why can't they be in the sweepstakes for that?
Listen, if you're not the Texans, you should be in the market for Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely.
Like if you're not the Kansas City Chiefs or maybe the Chargers, right, or maybe the Seahawks, you should be in the market for Deshaun Watson. There's not many quarterbacks better. And the only reason I say the Chargers is because Justin Herbert's like 19. Right. But everybody, you should be in the market. Maybe not the Cardinals.
I mean, as much as I love Daniel Jones, if we got Deshaun, I'm taking Deshaun.
That's what I said. So now you guys sit there and say there's a place that OBJ can go to. I think OBJ should go to the Rams. I've been said that,
bro.
You
especially with Stafford.
With Stafford.
If he goes to the Rams, Chris, my pick for the Rams being the favorites just gets better.
Absolutely. 100%. You put Cooper Kupp in the slot and let him operate the way he operates with Robert Woods on the other side, bro. Come on.
I tell you like this. I think the Rams will win their division. Now for the 100%. NFC, my pick for the NFC next year is the Chicago Bears. No, I'm lying. I mean, that's my team, but I'm being realistic.
Oh, man.
I'm going to be realistic here. If the GOAT Tom Brady stays, I'm going with Tampa, man. I am.
Look, I saw
if the GOAT stays, I'm going to go with Tampa.
I saw an interview.
My sleeper team is I'm gonna keep it NFC West. My sleeper team will be the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my sleeper team and my pick to go to the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that Matt Stafford signing was a lot bigger than people realize.
I didn't believe him at first.
The trade,
but I can see it. I can see it. If Matt Stafford stays healthy.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I saw a text. We'll discuss this first since we're on the Rams, and then I'll talk about Tom Brady. But and then we'll kind of wrap everything up. But I saw a text that I don't know if anybody else saw this, that Jared Goff texted a teammate that he would smash Sean McVay's girlfriend, and that's why he's out of town. Did anybody else see that?
I didn't know if that was true.
That'll get you traded.
To me, it made sense. It's like this came out of nowhere. Like Jared Goff just. Like, you really starting to back up over Jared Goff in the playoffs? Now, granted, dude got hurt, but it's like... What?
I don't really know how true that is, but when I saw that, I was dying.
I was, too. I was like, come on, it could be true.
And then I actually saw a picture of McVay's girlfriend. I'm like, yo, I'd probably say the same
How she look? I need to see a picture of her. How does she look?
Come on, you seen Sean McVay, bro. She's up there. She's up there.
Oh yeah,
no homo.
Right. After the show, I'm gonna look around.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look that up. I
gotta look this up. Lucas, send me a picture. I got you. All right, I want to see this.
Yeah, are we gonna put it up right here? Yeah, just put it up close to the screen when you get here, or just send it. Whatever. Oh yeah.
I don't know if this does any justice, but
come on now.
Damn, McVay's doing all right. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, like
I see why Goff got traded.
Yeah, absolutely. You say that about Goff got traded. You going out of town, man. And then
they just gave him a contract just last year.
Not only are you going out of town, you're going to Detroit.
They put him Detroit.
You're going to Detroit.
And Detroit did say, they said, look, he's not a bridge quarterback. He's going to be our quarterback of the future. Like,
hey, they sent my man Jared. They sent my man Goff out to Detroit with the Mercer brothers, man. You know what I'm saying?
My man went from LA to Detroit. I don't know about that. I saw an interview.
Definitely not a transition I'd want to make.
I know a couple of us picked Tampa Bay to go back next year if Tom Brady returns. And the dude is 41 years old, but I saw some stuff on, I think it was Get Up, maybe it was something with Stephen A. I don't remember, yesterday, when there was an interview with his little personal doctor that he has. And that's part of the reason why he didn't stay in New England, from what I hear, is like, Belichick and the Patriots didn't want this doctor around so much, and that kind of irritated Tom Brady, and that's why he got out of town. But this doctor kind of records everything for Tom Brady. He records his agility, his recovery, his stats, how he's throwing the ball, how hard he throws the ball, all that kind of stuff. And dude came out and was like, he's doing stuff now at 41 years old that he couldn't do when he was 25. And that's because of his training and his regimen and everything so specific, the things he eats, all that kind of stuff. and he projected it out and did all these numbers and was like, if things stay the same and he keeps on this and that he could play till he's 50. I said, yo, what? Play till he's 50, and then Tom comes out and is like, yeah, I'll play probably till I'm about 45 years old. I'm like, bro, 45 years old in the National Football League. And then on top of that, with the way that the rules are and everything like that, I mean, he's barely getting hit maybe 10 times a year. So we definitely see that happening for the next.
So realistically, let's be real. How long do you see him playing for?
Bro, if he says he wants to play till he's 45, let's be real. Even if this Tampa Bay thing goes awry for whatever reason, I don't know if it would, as long as they keep all the weapons intact, right? Their core is kind of young. Fournette's not old. Evans isn't old yet. Godwin's not old, right? Their defense isn't old. Now they're going to have to pay some people, but Tom Brady has already restructured things in New England. He's a team player, so he's going to do the same thing in Tampa Bay if this thing works out. But any team in the league that's asking for a quarterback, whether it be a bridge quarterback or a quarterback for 2 to 3 years, if he does leave Tampa, is going to say yes.
Look.
The whole NFL is not going to say no.
I don't know who it was, but some dude was crying about winning the NFC Championship, and Tom Brady said, "Why you crying like a little bitch? We ain't done yet."
Right, bro, we're not done.
Brady's a trash talker. You gotta get draft. But the one dude. But speaking of trash talkers,
I want in my ear talking shit, especially after dumb shit like that.
I'm gonna miss Phillip Rivers. Trash talk. I know it's off subject, but I'm definitely gonna miss Phillip Rivers talking trash because Phillip Rivers
yelling
used to have me dying laughing when he used to talk trash.
That dude was something else, dadgummit.
How he's yelling in linemen's ears about a 90-yard touchdown.
Yes, bro. JJ Watt posted this thing, and they found a video where JJ Watt said, "I remember playing against Phillip Rivers." And he looked across the line of scrimmage as he was audibling and told my linebacker that he was in the wrong spot for the blitz they were doing. And he was right, and he threw a touchdown pass. And they found the video of him telling the linebacker, "You're in the wrong spot. It's not going to work from there."
Rivers used to talk trash from the sideline. And yo, I used to love every minute of it, man.
Well, one of my favorite.
I'm gonna definitely miss him, man.
One of my all-time favorite sports moments is Phillip Rivers waving at Jay Cutler on the sidelines. When we started out 4-8, and the Broncos were 8-4. They lost 3 games in a row. We won 3 games in a row, and literally played this last game of the season to go to the playoff. And he's waving Jay Cutler by from the sidelines. Oh man, one of my favorite moments. But all right, anything else?
Jay Cutler ever slander Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is the GOAT.
Okay, all right. I think it's getting a little late here, guys. I just heard Jay Cutler and GOAT in the same sentence. I must be hearing. So
yeah, you're definitely hearing things.
He's right. What you got to say about Cuddy?
Hold on. We ride hard.
I know you're a Bears. I know you're a Bears fan. Come on.
I'm a Jay Cutler fan. I'm a Cuddy fan.
We will argue about Cuddy right now.
I got.
I'll say one thing.
You got something to say about Cuddy?
2010 NFC Championship game.
Hey, if Jay Cutler came out of college today,
Cuddy is the GOAT.
Wasn't that the I Quit match? What was that?
Hey,
that was the I Quit.
Oh man!
If Jay Cutler is coming out of college today,
that is the biggest.
He's not getting drafted.
Misconception that's ever been made about Jay Cutler. He did not quit that game. Even a doctor came out and said he tried to go back in, and the doctors wouldn't let him. But because he's not a rah-rah guy, because he's not a rah-rah guy, and because he doesn't come on team go, he gets the label that he's not a leader. Man, fuck all that. That boy went through 5 offensive coordinators, yo. 5. He was the most sacked quarterback for 4 years, bro. So come on, we've never had an offensive line, bro. Man, come on, man. We ain't never gonna slander Jay Cutler. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hey, you can say I understand you're a Chargers fan and that's cool, but I'm sorry. Phillip Rivers is another Donovan McNabb to me. But at least Donovan McNabb got to the Super Bowl.
Oh, hey, wait a second. Look, this might be another topic for another day. Don't make me bust out these stats.
I'm going to let you step out the room. I'm going to let y'all finish
this. We can't respect Cuddy.
Look, man.
Hey, if Eli Manning sucked, I don't know what Jay Cutler is, yo.
Look.
I never said Jay Cutler was the best thing smoking, but he was. But the label that he got was unfair.
We argue stats. And if you're not down with that,
the label that he got was unfair.
Don't argue opinion on this show.
Left Chicago, then he wanted to go to Miami to be real Miami.
Oh my God.
But like I said, man, it's cool. I get you.
We're wrapping this up.
You're a Phillip Rivers guy, but Phillip Rivers is just another Donovan McNabb to me.
This ain't my show, but Keith is banned for that Cuddy comment. Go real Miami.
Jeez.
He went real Miami.
We ain't gonna disrespect Cuddy, bro. That's what we not gonna do.
Look, man, I want to thank all of y'all for coming on. We're gonna wrap this thing up. We've had a lot of discussion today. It's been a great show,
bro. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. I want to shout out the Wrasslin Talk Radio crew for coming in. Lucas, Chris, Keith. We appreciate y'all. Again, man, make sure that you tune in to my page, the Stats Don't Lie Pod page. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the website, SDLpod.com. Anywhere you can listen to your podcast, we're there. There should be another audio episode coming soon with me and Vic. We're going to talk a lot of different stuff. The disc golf season is just getting ready to start, so we're going to talk about that, some other stuff as well once the Super Bowl has concluded. So keep an eye out for all of that. Again, Wrasslin Talk Radio, I really appreciate y'all coming on. It's been so fun. Absolutely, man. We'll definitely have you back on. And I want to be back on that wrestling show too, man, for sure. So y'all will have to.
Man, please do come back on that show, bro. Please do, man.
When my knowledge exceeds, I'll come back.
Yeah, Vic, man, you got to start coming over on Mondays and Fridays, man, to get this knowledge.
Once I start getting in the loop, I'll be on there.
But Tim, definitely, man. Big thank you for
having us on the
show, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And I thank you again for coming on our show, man. You definitely made it one of our best. I know the fellas. After the show, we all talked. We was like, that was probably one of our best episodes we had for the Wrasslin Talk. We're 11 episodes in, and that was definitely one of our best shows that we had. So definitely thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for that package, bro, man. I really appreciate that. That's a real man thing, man, to do. That's a real. I can't say the N-word, but that's a real N-word thing to do, bro, man. So, shout out to you, my man.
Hey, I got you, bro. Hey, it's no problem, man. It's all up.
Like I told you, man, appreciate the things you've done in your service, man. Shout out to you, man. Man, you've done a lot for us, man. So shout out to you. Keep it up, bro.
I really appreciate that, man. And look, we're all small-time podcasts here, supporting each other. If we don't support each other, then we're never going to make it, man. That's what it's all about, just supporting each other in our dreams. And just, I mean, regardless, if this stuff doesn't go anywhere, at least we're having fun. You know what I'm saying? We could be out doing other stuff.
That's all about it.
I want to be the worst place with my hood rat friends at the end of the day.
Absolutely, man. Look, it's my pleasure to have y'all on, man. We'll definitely do this again. Maybe we'll have a Donovan McNabb versus Phillip Rivers show, and then that way I can shut that down right away.
Hey, I want you to understand, I'm not a Donovan McNabb fan. I can't stand Donovan McNabb. I'm just saying you came at my man Jay Cutler, and I'm just letting you know Phillip Rivers is Donovan McNabb for the AFC. That's it.
Chris is over.
It's one last time. One last time for the road. I'm
turning the light off. It's over. We're shutting down the studio and everything. Janitor's coming in to clean up.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching and commenting. I see all of your comments over there. We've had a blast. Again, y'all know the slogan for the show. We don't argue opinions. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Bring stats. We out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, word. Appreciate it.
Word.